Hey folks, Tom Bell here with your Diz Daily Fix for Wednesday, February 7th, 2018. Here's what's happening. Tuesday afternoon, the Walt Disney Company released their earnings for the last quarter, and that is the first quarter of their fiscal year. CEO Bob Iger said in the report, quote, "The strategic investments we've made have driven meaningful growth over the long term, and we remain confident in our ability to deliver significant shareholder value. We're excited about what lies ahead with a robust film slate, the launch of our ESPN direct-to-consumer business, new investments in our theme parks, and our pending acquisition of 21st Century Fox." You can head over to Steve's article at wdwinfo.com for all the details, but overall revenue for the company was up, but not up as much as investors had hoped. Revenue for the media networks was flat, even with the success of Star Wars The Last Jedi and Coco. Iger shared a bit more information about the new ESPN streaming service, and that's set to debut in late 2019. ESPN Plus, as it's going to be called, will cost $4.99 per month, and not only include original programming, but also the entire library of 30 for 30 sports documentaries. Revenue in the parks division increased 13%, thanks in part to record attendance at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Consumer products and interactive media was down 2%, as the decrease in sales of Frozen and Finding Dory merchandise was not quite offset by the Cars 3 and Star Wars merchandise. That's also the division that has the video game library as part of that division, which has been struggling a little bit lately. You want to keep an eye on next quarter, or actually this quarter, because the first half of the $1,000 bonuses that are coming to Disney Company employees will hit the books this quarter, affecting the next quarterly report. One of the things that CEO Bob Iger touched on in the report was a story that broke earlier yesterday, where Lucasfilm announced that David Benioff and D.B. Weiss, hope I'm getting those names right, creators of the popular HBO series Game of Thrones, will be writing and producing a new series of Star Wars films. These films are going to be separate from both the classic episodic Skywalker saga that began in 1977 and the recently announced trilogy being developed by Rian Johnson, director of Star Wars The Last Jedi. In a statement, Kathleen Kennedy, president of Lucasfilm, said, quote, "David and Dan are some of the best storytellers working today. Their command of complex characters, depth of story, and richness of mythology will break new ground and boldly push Star Wars in ways I find incredibly exciting," end quote. Benioff and Weiss issued their own statement saying, "In the summer of 1977, we traveled to a galaxy far, far away, and we've been dreaming of it ever since. We are honored by the opportunity, a little terrified by the responsibility, and so excited to get started as soon as the final season of Game of Thrones is complete." Finally, we have a little bit of a shakeup happening in breakfast at Disneyland Park. Beginning today, Red Rose Tavern, which is used to be the Village House, will start serving breakfast. Starting today at Park Open and continuing each day until 11 a.m. They will serve breakfast. We hear that the menu will include a breakfast flatbread, a open-faced croque madame, and a garden vegetable hash, along with standard breakfast fare. Yesterday was the last day of breakfast at Rancho de Zocalo, which served breakfast for the last couple of years after Riverbell Terrace stopped serving breakfast. Now that classic Mickey Mouse pancake that moved from Riverbell Terrace to Rancho de Zocalo, we have good news for you. There is an updated version topped with berries and served with bacon on the menu at Red Rose Tavern, so no worries there. Today's featured article on the Diz is from Declan Floyd, who has some thoughts that the board of the Walt Disney Company might want to take a look at as they eventually look for a successor to CEO Bob Iger. The article is entitled What Fans Want to See in the Next Disney CEO, and you'll find that, of course, at wdwinfo.com. Trending on the Diz boards today is a thread from poster Random Zero, who has been looking at last year's calendar and has some advice for Dizzers in the thread. Make sure you purchase your tickets or upgrade your AP before this weekend. The last few years, ticket price increases have come this time of year, and rumor is that it is happening again this Sunday. You can hear more about the rumors and join in the discussion on Random's thread in the Theme Parks, Attractions, and Strategies forum at disboards.com. If you are heading into the parks tomorrow, besides renewing your annual pass, the weather is going to be cloudy in Orlando with a high of 78 and a low of 62. Sunny skies in Anaheim with a high of 86, but cooling down to 51 overnight. You can find links to all these stories and more on our Daily Fix main page at wdwinfo.com/dailyfix. That's going to do it for me today, but be sure to join us again tomorrow for the next installment of the Diz Daily Fix. Have a great day.